These two founders built an AI product where you can discover and generate art to 100x your creativity. They launched in August of 22 and have gathered over 800,000 eyeballs on their product since then. In this episode, we break down how product creators can approach generative AI product development without having a deep technical background while also differentiating your product from the commoditized models. The two guests we have today are Coco and John. Coco is the CEO and John is the CTO of OpenArt. Prior to founding OpenArt, both of them worked at Google, and OpenArt is an AI native social platform inventing a new paradigm and tools for expression and entertainment with generative AI. With me, we have Coco and John. They are the founders of OpenArt. And we'll start off with the question on what does your product do? What problem does it solve? And who does it serve?
Thank you for having us here. So in one sentence, OpenArt is a cutting-edge platform where you can discover and generate AI art. Our website, openart.ai, has been rapidly growing since our launch in August 2022. And our long-term goal is to build an AI-powered workflow for creativity. If you think about creative tools today, like Adobe Photoshop, Figma, or even Canva, they help you design or create something once you already have a rough idea, but they don't really help you come up with new ideas. You'd still go to sites like Pinterest or Behance, check out other people's work to get inspired. However, generative AI can really come up with new and exciting ideas for you or with you like no other previous technology could before. So on our platform, we empower users to unlock their creativity with AI by 1, generate images based on prompts, and 2, train their own personalized AI models. Just as an example, so a fashion designer uploaded her past fashion sketches and trained her own fashion design AI model. And now she can actually immediately get hundreds of new designs within minutes because these designs are based on her past work, but entirely new, created by AI. And this magical process really 100x her creativity. So we're really excited to let more people 100x their creativity with the workflow we're building.
Very interesting. So you said you launched in August, and this is a workflow product to empower creators with creative graphic prompts. Did I get that right? Image prompts? Is that artistic prompts? Who do you serve? Like, is it, you mentioned fashion designers. Is there a specific segment within creative industry that you have nailed your product for?
Yes, great question. To be completely honest, we're still in the process of nailing down very specific target audience, but I would say right now our audience are creative workers like artists, designers, including like the fashion designer I talk about, but creative workers who have like ideation phase.
Very cool. Yeah, there is a common theme among the AI product founders, which is if you empower the creators, then your product will go a long way instead of if you're trying to replace them. Where do you draw that line? Where do you draw the line of empowering versus actually taking over a little bit of their creativity? Where does that line stand for you?
I think it depends on how people use your product, because I think the way I think about it is that for creative workers like artists or designers, like at least our product, they can really use it as a workflow tool that really 100x their creativity. And we're constantly talking to these artists and designers how our workflow could actually help them monetize more, like help them get more clients. So the way we work with them is very, very collaborative. Whereas I do think in terms of replacing artists, I can see like in some use cases, for example, if you don't have artistic skills, let's say you are a writer and like you need some illustration. So perhaps before you don't have good tools to get any illustration, but now you can use our tool to make some basic illustration. However, I do think if you need high quality illustration, you still need to go to artists. So I think the AI could replace some basic work of artists, but then like they won't really replace artists.
Very
And
interesting.
also, you think about the human beings, right? So the most important or valuable thing is our creativity. The AI just unlock the whole potential of our creativity. So instead of wasting like maybe 5 years, 10 years to master like your skills to draw a picture, to paint on the wall, so the AI can help you do that. The most valuable thing I think is, of course, your skills is much more valuable, but creativity is the core part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I completely concur with you on AI supporting the creativity and creativity being the most important thing for human beings, right? One thing you said is the customer experience. Where in the customer journey is AI prompting? Tell us a little bit about your customer journey and where does AI get infused, like specifically in the user experience? Yeah, if you can share that a little bit. And how did you go about making that decision?
I can give you an example from one of our user on the platform. That guy, he has like a blue character called Coco. He has like maybe 20 to 30 images of that character he designed, and he uploads to our website and use our photo booth feature to generate a model. Then one of the special feature we had on our website is like a presets. We have like a presets team in our community who is very good at writing prompt. Writing prompt for the generative AI is really hard, right? But they're super great at that. So we have lots of presets, and that guy will just buy a bunch of presets and apply those presets on his characters. You can see the result are super creative. The blue character is on different outfits, is in different contexts in the background. And I think he really liked that because he's trying to upscale and enhance the image for lots of the results. That is really impressive thing.
Yeah, and I want to add one thing is that after, for example, they see so many amazing results, they usually pick the ones they like, and then they can use it as a reference sheet to redraw it, or they can actually, if the quality is, they're happy with the quality, they just need to do some touch up on the image, and then they can actually, that can be their final like image.
Wow.
I think the guy also came back later and he also purchased lots of model and keep training that character.
Wow. This is very interesting. The 3 keywords I picked up here are presets, prompts, and outputs, right? So is the sequence presets, and then from the presets, you create prompts, and then from the prompts, you create final outputs, multiple outputs. Did I get that right? The sequence?
Almost. I think so. The steps are like 1, you need to train your model, and training process is super easy. You just upload some photos of the thing that you want the AI to learn. It could be, for example, an image of yourself or image of a character or image of even a consistent style. So you upload it, and after 30 minutes, the model is trained. And then you can purchase those presets that John mentioned, which are essentially highly curated prompts. And then those prompts will be applied on your model. And then the third step is that after those prompts are applied on your model, you can see like hundreds of amazing results immediately.
Very cool. Wow. I fully visualize it. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Beautiful product. One quick follow-up question is, you said you launched in August 2022. Tell us a little bit about your business results. How many users you have? How many users are using your product? What is your revenue, if you're willing to share that, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, I think last month we have around 800,000 visits on our platform. And yeah, and our SEO is really picking up. If you search an AI art generator, I think we're the top 3 results. And in terms of revenue, we wouldn't be able to share the specific numbers, but then it is in the range of like tens of thousands a month.
Wow, that's a really good MRR for someone who's like just launched in August, right? So 6
Oh,
months
thank you.
in. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about whether you bootstrap this, whether you funded yourself, whether you raised some seed round. Where are you in that journey?
Yeah, I can tell a little bit story about this. It's a kind of like also like a related to the topic of like how to find a good program market fit. I think that overall the timing is really important because that before OpenArt, Coco and I actually quit Google together last year. And we had an idea to build a marketplace for social media influencers and the e-commerce brand. But that didn't play really well. Eventually, we pivot and we are very proactively looking for different ideas. I think it's back in August, OpenAI's DALL-E 2 started getting lots of attention, right? Coco and I have a daily idea brainstorming session, and we do it every day. We analyze different ideas, directions, and see if there is something we really want to work on. So I remember it's a Friday afternoon, and we were discussing about the DALL-E 2 because both of us already have the early access, and we have been using it for a couple of days. And we found a pinpoint that people are struggling to come up with a good prompt to generate like a high quality image. So we think we had a solution, and I'll tell you the solution a little bit later. And we immediately decided to jump on this, and we built our prototype, like first version, in a week. And on the day, I think it's August 26th. So Coco made a post on Hacker News, and the title is OpenArt, Pinterest for DALL-E 2 images and prompt. Boom. There were like over 10,000 people visiting our website within 24 hours. That's how we started at the beginning.
Wow. Did you say you started in a week? And then tell us about what happened after that. Like, what has been your journey like? Have you been bootstrapping since? Has the customer funding you? Are you raising capital? Are you in middle of it? Yeah, where is that journey?
Actually, so we actually did a pre-seed fundraise earlier last year, March or April, but it was for another idea. And just like many startups, we pivoted, but we are thinking of raising our seed round this year.
Very cool. Very cool. So you said you launched your product on Hacker News. Within 24 hours, you got over 10,000 users, and it was Pinterest for DALL-E 2 image and prompts.
Oh, the goal is mainly for help people to discover different AI generated images. And also, every image has the prompt. So they can use the prompt or get some inspirations from a prompt to generate their own images.
Wow. Okay. And is your audience mainly creative individuals, or is it enterprise tools like Figma or Canva who want to be able to support their users with creative workflows? Where do you focus on right now? And
Yeah, I think we're constantly evolving. At first, when we launched, when John said, I think all we wanted to solve was a small pain point that people have. They struggle to write prompts. So we want to have a search engine and a Pinterest form to help people write better prompts. That's how we started. We were targeting AI enthusiasts. But as we were building, we realized how powerful it is for creative workers like artists and designers to actually use it to help them with their existing workflow, to help them come up with new idea in their ideation phase. So that's what I think we're focusing, a workflow for creativity.
Thank you. John, you mentioned about product market lessons. Do you have any other lessons to share with us since you launched? You have a lot of users, 800,000 people visiting your site every month, tens of thousands of revenue. Tell us about the product market fit lessons you have learned since your launch in August. Any big lessons that you want to share with us? Especially focus on AI. How do you find that balance for other AI product creators who want to build an AI product and be as successful as you?
Yeah, I think Coco can add more, but I can add one more thing. Before I mentioned timing is very important, right? So we were really lucky to ride on the tailwind. So I think another one lesson learned is in this industry, specifically for generative AI. So the change is so fast. Every few weeks, there's just something new and come to the industry, and you have to act really quickly. For example, at that time, August last year, the most appealing thing is the text to image, right? So people are creating different images. But in November, there's a new technology called Dreamboat. You can train a personalized model within an hour. We quickly adapt that technology and build our own product. So I think that's the biggest lesson I kind of learned so far. Is you really have to act quickly and keep listening the community, the industry.
You said there was a Dreamboat. That's the product you use to customize your models based on that, you quickly created an MVP. Any other quick product creation techniques or tips that you have for other aspiring AI product creators in this space?
I think I do have one piece of advice for founders, especially actually non-technical founders, because AI can sound very intimidating for non-technical founders. However, the thing is that a lot of like foundational models like Stable Diffusion or DALL-E 2 or GTP3, on these foundational models, they are becoming commodities. So there are so many opportunities in the application layer. Like for a non-technical founder, it's a really good thing because you don't really need to be the expert who builds all of this like technologies from ground up. Instead, you can use the APIs, you can use like these open source projects. And the most important thing is to actually have some unique insights in specific industry. I would say that the best AI products are probably the one that is a combination of your unique insights in the specific industry and AI. So as a technical, let's say if you are a non-technical founder, but you know like specific industry so well, and you can just think about how these foundational models can be applied to solve some problems in your industry.
Yeah, you had so many good gems in that last 30 seconds. I'm just going to unpack that a little bit. So for non-technical founders, what they can use is commoditized foundational models that has been abstracted out. So they don't know how to build ML models. They can use the existing models, but what they need is they need specific experience in a given industry to be able to pull insights from that so that they can customize these models using other tools like Dream Boot to make it specific for the insight that they have acquired from work in the industry. So use the commoditized model, use your ton of experience in a given industry to build on top of that. And now you have a product that can serve other people who are in that industry, and you don't even have to be coding that. You can just put it together using a bunch of APIs and existing models.
Yeah, exactly. APIs. For example, I think we're going to provide our APIs very soon because a lot of developers are actually asking for it. So I think we will also make our service very soon as API so other people can even build on top of us.
Very interesting. I was curious, when you first release your APIs, are you going to focus on a specific segment of market, or are you still discovering that?
I think the ask for API is the like related to Dream Boost. It's our photo boost feature, which allows you to train your own personalized models. So the API will probably be the one that allows you to train your personalized models, AI models easily.
Got it.
Yeah, we actually have like a group of people like who really wants the API from us. And basically, like Coco mentioned, they want API to fine tune the model because we have the best experience. And also they are asking for the creation API to create images, and a search API because we have like over 10 million images on our website we previously collected. And we also have the community to keep generating the new images. So those developers want to get an API to query the whole data set so they can use the images to somewhere else. Well, the image itself is definitely available for any usage, like commercial or non-commercial.
John, you used a very important insight here, which is community. I want to unpack that a little bit. You can build AI products using foundational models that are already pre-trained, products like GPT-3, et cetera, et cetera. On top of that, you can use products like Dream Boot to fine-tune those models to make it specific to your industry. Now, with these two products, your technology stack is taken care of. What remains is your specific industry experience that you can bring to product creation, and your customer experience, your user experience, and your community. Would you say now that there is so much commoditization of AI, would you say that the three differentiating factors for AI product creators is going to be user experience, the community, and the industry insights that they have gained from having worked in an industry for long? Would you say those are the three differentiating factors for AI product creators, or is there still a need for in-depth technical fine-tuning to be able to create meaningful, valuable, net positive products?
I think you summarized it really well. I think that three elements are so far as we can see right now is like a very core part for the AI company to success, at least at the beginning. And in terms of that more deeper technologies, I personally think it's true. You have to create the technical bar to really to make something from good, great, and excellent. Right, excellent. It's like Copy AI or maybe a Jasper AI or what they did before. They just leverage the existing tool or maybe API to build the first momentum, and regardless of what resources they have at that time, but eventually they will have their core technologies to build a moat, to build the true differentiator for their company.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Yeah, that was key insight for this podcast. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I think we're going to change the gears a little bit and wrap this up now. Do you want to share the future vision of your product, of yourself, and maybe tell us a little bit about where do you see you going? Where do you see yourself? Like, what is the future for you? And then what is the future for your product? Tell us a little about where you see the future vision of yourself and your product.
Yeah, so I think the future for our product, OpenArt, I think the possibility is really unlimited. Even though I think I can give like a 5-year vision, but I think just based on how quickly the technology advance or like how much insights we're getting every day, it could be different from where we envision today. But if you ask me today, I would say we want to build a workflow that can really 100x everyone's creativity. But I think in terms of details, it really depends on, I think the technical breakthrough will really affect our roadmap, because a few months ago, we didn't know about Dream Boost and like personalizing your AI models was like, we didn't think about that, but then the technology came out and we really see there's like great value in using this for creative workers. So I think in the next few months and years, we will have like amazing technical breakthrough that will enable a lot of things we cannot imagine today. But I do think our goal of like 100x your creativity will still be the same. And in terms of ourselves, I think we are really enjoying this journey. We really hope to raise our seed round this year and become profitable. I think we're on a very good trajectory on being profitable. And yeah, nailing down our product market fit.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. It was a pleasure to have you on this show. Thank you so much for being here. Any last thoughts before we wrap it? Let me ask you this question. Which CEO inspires you the most?
I think for me, this will be a controversial one because I would say Elon Musk. He is controversial, but the thing I really appreciate about him is that he's so crazy and extreme. Like, I think he's the extreme version of me that I want to be that I don't think I'll ever be.
How about you, John?
For me, it's Steve Jobs. I think he's a really great person and it made a huge impact on the entire society, right? So that is one thing I really want to do because I started programming since I was really early, 9 years old. I built tons of shit from then. So I remember one person asked me a question, okay, you are building stuff and when do you stop? So this is how I tell him, okay, the time when I stop is like when I walk on the street, I see people are using my product and they enjoy it. And the product changed their life and make their life better and make them happier. So I think that's the point when I can try to stop. Okay, so I made my impact to the world.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that.